Eastwood is a nearly perfect game. It's as if it was engineered in a lab to be Game of the Year material. It's a single-player adventure puzzle game centered around a father figure taking care of a chosen one girl. You know what? It's time to switch that dynamic up. It's time a muscle-bound MILF with big comforting bosoms took care of me. I mean, a child. I mean, a chosen one child. A kid, not me. I've started so many reviews for Eastwood over the last 2 years, I'm still not sure where to start with it, but the trailer for the new Octopia DLC came out the other day, so I figured now's as good a time as any to flop my bare ass out there and talk about it. It's made by 3 buddies in Shanghai, and takes inspiration from Earthbound and 2D Zelda. It has light combat and puzzles punctuated with Breath of the Wild cooking. It's not scaring anyone away with its skill curve, but it will kill you enough to make you feel badass after defeating a boss. Likewise, puzzles will give you the illusion that you're smart, which is all I ever wanted in a video game, because after going to the fridge this morning to look for my undies, I sure need something to make me feel smart. Mechanically, you're hot swapping between the 2 leads, one armed with a frying pan and guns, and the other with a ranged magical stun, which has a crazy amount of applications during exploration. I could probably charge my phone or bring my dead dog back to life if I shot it enough with this magic, I swear. It's all just enough friction to give you time to take in the incredibly lush world they've spread out in front of you. The visuals are as decadent as melting an entire block of butter onto a single slice of toast, and I can tell you, my arteries are quivering in excitement just thinking about it. The story is chopped up into distinct chunks based on the places you visit, and it's totally immersive in its world building. The characterization is on point, and the story gets surprisingly dark. It finally balances the excitement of youth and discovery with genocide. Finally a childhood I can relate to! Yeah, that's how we're doing it now. No! This game got me to do all the feelings. If I had to review it with emoji, I'd end up using most of them. Mostly the courgette emoji. So by the end of this game, it had just punched a massive hole in me, and now they're releasing this cute farm sim alternate universe full of characters I got invested in. I mean, at this rate, if it does well, maybe we'll get some Stardew-style DLC for Alien Isolation. You know, like the facehugger would help you do little farming and stuff. There's nothing not great about this game. Even the music is fantastic. It's been one of the default soundtracks of my house for the last 2 years. And I think it's part of the reason that this game has stayed top of mind and pestered me for so long. So let's get into what that even is. There are certain points in this game where the pacing just turns to shit. It either feels too rushed or conversely like it's padding for time to hit its 30-hour gameplay goal. The pacing issue isn't even the majority of the game. It's just these 2 segments that come hot on the heels of some spectacular story chunks that completely floored me. It's such a finely tuned product that the slightest issue is just so easy to see and for any old reviewer to just pick up and pick away at. And it's a good thing too, because otherwise you'd have to give it a perfect 10. And perfect 10s are reserved exclusively for Steve Buscemi. If this same issue is plopped into a game racked with as many design flaws and narrative inconsistencies as something like Starfield, it wouldn't even be mentioned. I have such a hard time getting through all the issues with that game that I end up just using that limp dick disclaimer everyone else is using, which is, yeah, you'll have a good time if you're not a hater about it. Yeah, and my doctor said that I could cure my rat leprosy if I used the power of positive thought. It's like if a Song of Ice and Fire had a chapter that was just about dog turds, and people are like, oh man, this book is incredible, but the pacing really gets thrown by these 5 pages about dog turds. Like, wow, let's just talk about the dog turd chapter. It's going to be remembered as the dog turd book, and not the unfinished fantasy epic of political intrigue that it 99% is. I think what I'm trying to say is, Eastwood maybe should have just been a worse game, so people could say it's a great game, instead of what it really is, a nearly perfect game.
Laptop boy.